Previously on Pokemon Mystery Dungeon Explorers of Sky.
The passage of time! Is that the passage of time? That's right. That's the passage of time. I went through that to get to the past. Celebi, only you can open the passage of time. Do your thing. Sure. Stop right there. Hello to you all. It's all been a long while. Somehow I switched to Southern. It's been a while. Ah! The Dustnor! The Dustnor? That's quite crafty, Dustnor. You allowed us to roam free, but you kept your eye on us the whole time. So you could capture Celebi as well as us. What? Grovile, are you really sure? Are you such a fool to think that I'd come alone? What? Now, Master Dialga! Wah! It's pitch black! That's... Grovile, what is it? What is that? That's... Primal Dialga. It's hopeless. Dustnor on his own is one thing. We don't stand a chance against Dialga. It's not like you to give up this easily. Yes, I am giving up. But... hope is still alive. That last time, when I traveled back in time to prevent the planet's perilous, I wasn't alone. There was another. What? Grovile, you didn't come to our world alone? That's right. I had a partner. We headed to the past together. When we were going through the passage of time, we had trouble. We became separated. My partner should still be back in the world of the past. Even if I am eliminated, my partner will see to our mission until the very end. My partner will present the planet's perilous. Incidentally, what's the name of your partner? Let's go on, say the name. Why such a thing? Can't tell me? No, that's not true. My partner's name is BJ. Chapter 16. A New Dawn. This is... What? BJ, where... Isn't this... where I met you, BJ? It's like that beach. So that means... could it be... No, it is! We're in the past! We made it back to our world! Yes! We made it, BJ! Hey, Grovile! Look! We made it home! Back to our world! So we did it. We made through. Back to this world? Yes! This is where I met BJ. Let's see. I think it was right here. This is where I found BJ, out cold. So that's what happened. That trip through time sent me into the Eastern Forest. And BJ and I both reached your world far away from each other. Oh, that's right. There's a lot I don't understand, like the whole concept of time travel. Will you please explain it to us? But this isn't really the place to talk, so let's go back to Wigglytuff's Guild and talk there. When in the future we train there and roam there, it'll be a perfect place. Okay, let's go to Wigglytuff's Guild. Pikachu, you're not thinking. Hold on. Will I be received if I go to the guild? After all, I'm a wanted criminal in your world. If I went to your guild, won't everyone be shocked? Don't you think they'd try to capture me again? Come to think of it, you're right. What to do? Oh, I know! There's a good place! But it'll involve going through Treasure Town. It shouldn't be a problem if we lie low and sneak through. Lead the way. Okay, it's this way. There's a message from the Exploration Team Federation, who's been trying to call you for the last 20 minutes. Something's happening on my monitor. Okay, there we are. The special episode, Here Comes Team Charm, has been unlocked. Who in the world is Team Charm? Find out when the special episode comes out. To play a special level, select it from the episode list on the top menu. If you'd like to play a special episode, save your adventure progress and return to the top menu. Would you like to save your adventure? Yeah. Yes. Sharpedo? Oh, great. Dugtrio's not there. This cliff is known as Sharpedo Bluff. Sharpedo Bluff? Yes, I think the name comes from the fact that the cliff itself is shaped like the Pokemon Sharpedo. As far as I can tell, nothing seems out of the ordinary. It's down here. I lived here before I joined the guild. Go on. I see. So this is a hollow chamber in the face of the cliff. Whew. I'm glad no one's wrecked the place. There's proof for how little notice this place attracts. It may be better if we stay here for the time being. Agreed. But BJ, I never expected you to be the very same BJ. Grovile, can you tell us more about that? Yes, BJ and I, we were jointly investigating the planet's Perilous. A Pokemon and a human? Paired together? Yeah. And BJ had, or has, a special ability like no one other. We relied on that special ability to investigate the planet's Perilous. It played a vital part. By special ability, you mean the Dimensional Scream, don't you? Exactly. But the Dimensional Scream has a drawback. The Dimensional Scream requires the presence of a trusted Pokemon partner. Without that partner, the ability can't be triggered. A trusted partner? That's why we work together. The Dimensional Scream is set off by triggers tied to places where the time gears are hidden. We need to find out where the time gears were in the past. We need the Dimensional Scream to accomplish that. Wait a second. You said that there had to be a trusted partner nearby for the Dimensional Scream to work. But the Dimensional Scream was being triggered not long after we met. Your point? Doesn't that show how much you two trusted each other from the start? When you put it like that, it's a little embarrassing. In addition, BJ developed amnesia. Upon meeting you, Pikachu, your partner had someone to turn to. Perhaps BJ grew to trust you very quickly because of that. Oh, there's another thing I don't understand. Is the Dimensional Scream triggered in only response to time gears? Right. The opposite is also true. The Dimensional Scream is not triggered in places that aren't connected to time gears. Really? That's not how I remember it. Listen, BJ, do you remember the time we went after Drowsy? And during our first exploration? And there were those other times too. We went to places that have nothing to do with the time gears. But even in places like that, the Dimensional Scream was triggered sometimes, wasn't it? Are you sure? But that never happened in the future. The dimensional screen was never triggered by places that had no tie to the time gears whatsoever. Well, if that's true, I don't know exactly why it would work differently here. I have a theory. Maybe because the dimensional screen works with time, there has to be the presence of time in that particular location. And wherever the time gears were, there is still an essence of time still living there. This is just a guess. Pure theory. Just came straight out of my head. Just a theory. Perhaps things are just different in this world. Perhaps the nature of the dimensional screen is altered in the past. Or it's altered in the future. So in the future, the dimensional screen doesn't work in places that have no connection to the time gears. Oh! That explains it! Maybe that's why, that one time, when we were in the future... Your dimensional screen! Use the dimensional screen, BJ! Touch this frozen water! Who knows, maybe you might see something. Oh, I understand. That's true, it's worth a try. Touching this frozen water might give us a clue about what's happening to us. We can't dawdle, those Sableye will catch up to us. Let's do this quickly. Well, BJ, can you see anything? No, I'm not sensing anything. Maybe I couldn't envision anything that time because we were in the future. And that we weren't in a place tied to the time gears. Maybe that's why my dimensional screen failed to work. Maybe Grovile is right about the future and the past being different. Or different enough to make my dimensional ability work differently. Anyway, like I was saying, we were investigating the planet's Perilous. We used the dimensional screen ability to identify the locations of the time gears in your world while we were in the future. That's it! Here! A time gear is here! I see! Put the Drought Stone in Groudon's heart. That lifts the fog! Very well done! Good job, partner! After identifying the locations where the time gears would be in the past, we took the passage of time. That brought us from our world into our future, to this world. However... Whoa! Whoa! Are you okay? No! Don't let go! Just a little longer! Come on! Hang on! No! I can't! Hold on! Wah! We encountered turbulence while we were traveling through time. Thus, BJ and I were separated. For some reason, BJ got amnesia and was turned into a Pokemon. I can only guess that it had something to do with our accident while traveling through time. I came from the future? And not only that, I came with the mission of preventing the planet's Perilous. I don't know why, but it just seems so outlandish. It doesn't feel real somehow. So, BJ, you may not remember any of this at all, but you were my closest friend. I was worried about you when we were separated. I'm glad to see that you're safe. Your appearance may have changed, and though you have lost your memory, you're still you. None of this alters the fact that you remain my friend. Oh, BJ, just glad to see you again. Now, we have to decide on our course of action. Like I've told you before, I'm going to collect the time gears again. What are you going to do? A little worried about how time stops in the region where its time gears is removed. But you're sure that will remain only temporary? That's right. As soon as the time gears are set in place in Temporal Tower, time will restore itself to normal state everywhere. Well then, we'll go too. We'll go with you, Grovile. Taking time gear will badly affect the Pokemon that live in that area. But we have to prevent the planet's Perilous. Okay then, we'll go together. But the hour is late. We're already exhausted from all the running we've done. We should rest up tonight. We'll leave in the morning. It's nice of them to have a cutscene during the slow saving segments. Ever been in one of those RPGs where they have long cutscenes and then all of a sudden you lose your battery or suddenly your cart comes loose and you have to watch through another 30-minute cutscene again? Yeah, that bad. Luckily they save. Pikachu isn't here. Maybe outside? Oh, what's the matter? Can't sleep? Yes, just thinking. Thinking about Dustnor? No, that's not it. Sure, finding out that we were being deceived came as a real shock. But hearing your story earlier, Grovile, really drove it home. What Dustnor said in the future was really true. And it made me realize that BJ really did come here from the future. I was mulling over things like that. Hey! Look, Grovile! Sunlight! It's sunrise! It's pretty, isn't it? Yes. Maybe it's because we were in the future for so long. But I didn't think that a sunrise could ever feel so renewing. The sun rises, then it sets. We take that for granted and it's only natural. But things we take for granted, they're really the most essential things and they're precious. All I've ever known in the future's worlds of darkness, upon coming to this world and seeing the sun rise for the very first time, was staggering. Seeing it strengthened my resolve to turn history away from a future of darkness. There is one thing that I wanted to ask of you, Pikachu. Bleh. It's about that time in the future, when you were confronted by Dialga. Frankly, we were in a no-win situation. There was no hope. We shall be rid of you for all time. This is the end. For you. Hey, BJ, Grovile, we can't give up. You're saying not to give up? What use can we do what can we possibly do in this bleak situation? We have to think! When all seemed lost, you refused to give up. Even I had given up. What compelled you? How'd you manage to stay so strong? Well, I wonder that too. I really don't know. But maybe it was because BJ stood by me. BJ, take a look at this. This, what could it be? There's an odd pattern inscribed upon here. I've never seen anything like it. This pattern is new to me. This is my relic fragment. It's my personal treasure. I have this dream of one day solving the mystery behind this fragment. But I was such a coward. I couldn't work up the courage to go to the guild and apply as an apprentice. It was then that I met BJ. BJ... Well, okay. I'm putting my faith in you, BJ. Yes, I totally believe in you, BJ. Yes, BJ was always there to cheer me up. And... this is scary. But we need to be brave. And I need to face up to this. There's no giving up now, BJ. It all gave me courage. With BJ, I felt like I could overcome any challenge. That's how I came to feel over time. Maybe that's why I was able to keep going without giving up. Alright. I think I understand what you're saying. Yes, BJ has a special quality that makes others feel that way. That's the same way that I care for BJ as a friend. You, Pikachu, also feel that same way about BJ. BJ is lucky to be blessed with a friend like you. Well, it's morning. We should be leaving soon. Yes. Alright. It's agreed that we will all collect the time gears. First, we have to decide which time gears should we target. Let's check the Wonder Map. From here, the underground lake would be the closest, I guess. How about Tree Shroud Forest? That's where I got my first time gear the last time. Where is that? Here. It's a little far from here, but there is no one like Yuxi guarding the time gear. Oh, great. If we were to fight someone over a time gear, that would attract attention. But that won't be a concern here, right? Exactly. There were 5 time gears and 3 guardians. That's weird. I wonder if anyone was originally guarding the other 2. That's it then. That's where we're going. Onward to Tree Shroud Forest. Whoa, warps us straight there. Good. This is it. This is the entrance to Tree Shroud Forest. Oh? What is it, Grovile? The atmosphere somehow feels different than last time. No, I must be imagining it. We'll go on when you're ready. You sure? Alright. If you're sure. Well, store that, store that, store that. Alright. Well, that's it for another Pokemon Mystery Dungeon Explorers of Sky. We are going with Grovile into Tree Shroud Forest to try and collect the first time gear of this go-around to hopefully prevent the planet's perilous. So, I'm I'm Bramnet from BBJ Publishing, signing off. Thanks so much. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Yahoo!